Hello one and all, 'tis I, Vegeta FH1. So, I'm sick at the moment, you could probably hear it. And I've been thinking about science and sciencey things and astrology and all measure of theories and blah blah blah. And I've come up with an almost concrete proof. Well, no, I can't say a proof. Because this would actually require the assistance of other scientists. Or just of other scientists, because I'm not a scientist. But anyway, right. What I'm taking here is something that we know, right? The size of our sun is no. I need the size of the sun. The size of the sun. Right. The size of the sun is just under 7,000 kilometers radius. So 1.4 million kilometers diameter. Right. 1.4 million kilometers diameter. Let's say, what's the size of our solar system? Now, this is size of our solar system. Oh my god, Wikipedia. Ugh. Not exactly great on facts. Our orbit, star related, no. Planetary system. Okay. So the size of our solar system is 4.5 billion kilometers. 4.5 billion kilometers. Now, the size of our sun being, let's say 1.4. No, for safety's sake, let's say 1.5 million kilometers. And its gravitational pull stretches out as far as 4.5 billion kilometers. Right? Let's go a little bit further and just say 5 billion kilometers. Right? Now, that's safety's sake. Let's say that is the boundary of the gravitational pull of our star. Now, if we're taking that calculation and we apply it to, let's say, the galaxy. Now, I doubt anybody actually knows the size of the fucking galaxy, even though I could probably calculate it if I had half a good brain. Size of our galaxy. The Milky Way. Let's see. No, I'm not looking for its mass. I'm looking for its size. Literally its size. Number of stars, 400 billion. Lol. Okay. You could probably calculate the fucking size of our galaxy. Let's say 10 octillion. Actually, did I just see, no, I didn't. In km. This is gonna be fucking really weird. Size of our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. Oh my god. Okay, that's million, that's billion, that's trillion. Oh, fucking hell. 1,000 octillion. I don't actually... Jesus Christ. Right, I'm dragging this on. Right. The size of our galaxy is 1,000 trillion. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but a gravitational force that is strong enough to hold our galaxy together would have to be a body of mass so large that we could actually see it with our naked eye from our skies. Now, that's a problem because there is no such body. Unless I'm wrong and it is actually there. In which case, well, fuck. That would have to be a super massive sun. One that we could see. Now, taking that into account, and the fact that, or what I think, that there is no actual supermassive sun there, because hey, we'd be able to fucking see it, remember? Well, what exactly is the center of our galaxy? Now, a lot of people think it's actually a black hole, but that's a problem, because a supermassive black hole, when it eats enough, when it eats enough light, it dissipates, it disappears, it evaporates. So, given the amount of time that our galaxy has actually been in existence, which I'm going to say is 100,000 trillion years, which whatever fucking number that is. I can't. I'm sick. Give me a break. Given that length of time with a supermassive black hole, it would have dissipated by now. It would have evaporated. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes about it. It would have dissipated by now. And that said, if it's a black hole the way that I'm thinking, whereas if it eats enough mass, it will actually reignite into a sun, because there's an on and off state in the universe. It's a 1 and a 0, as far as I'm concerned. The black hole being a 0 and the sun being a 1. It's on or off. It works or it doesn't. That's the way the universe works. It's logic. if it's like that, then it would have dissipated by now. That said, we've recently, when I say recently, I mean within our civilization's intellectual lifespan, we've discovered that neutrinos actually travel faster than light. Now, if that's true, and that has some consequences on a gravitational force, wouldn't it make sense that the center of our galaxy is actually a neutrino star? The entire fucking concept is baffling. And a neutrino star. It wouldn't have to be as big as it would be if it was a normal star, because its its force, its energy is fucking thousands of times more potent than a normal star. But you see, if it's a neutrino star, what's its off state? That's a scary thought, actually. That's a really scary thought. And a neutrino black hole doesn't suck in light, sucks in neutrinos instead. No, that's discrimination. That the universe doesn't work like that. Hmm. The fucking thought is actually quite yummy. That would give quantum tunneling a boost. See, the way galaxies have been portrayed, shall we say, is that they are of this swirling motion. Now, when you look at a galaxy, it's not, of course, it's not going to be in a fucking swirling motion. That would be retarded. But the way they are depicted is of this, like when you run water in a tap down a drain, you get this swirling kind of motion as it goes down the drain. So the entire concept of a galaxy being of a swirl actually comes from the drain being a black hole and everything getting sucked into it, which doesn't really make much sense considering the galaxy has an edge, so we can say that's the sink edge, and eventually everything does just get sucked in. Now, yes, this requires a fucking long time, but given the lifespan of our galaxy, again, it would have happened by now. So, a black hole at the center of our galaxy doesn't make much sense. But, that said, a normal star doesn't make much sense either. Because it would have to be so fucking big that we could see it. So, what's better than light, stronger than light, and has more mass than light? Well, a neutrino. So, a neutrino being projected from the center of our galaxy from a mass that could be 1,000 times smaller than a normal star could actually give off more gravitational force. I don't want to call it a force because it's really weird to think of it that way. It's gravity is more of a quantum state. Thinking of gravity in as a quantum state it just makes sense to me. I don't know why. It just does. But the whole idea is that we say it all the fucking time. Seeing is believing. What we see at the center of our galaxy is not colored. It's not there, but it is there. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have a fucking galaxy. It's that simple. So the question is, what is it? Are we sure it's a black hole? No, we're not, because we can't get there to actually see. But we can observe. And the thing, I know that's very scientific, that thing in the center of our galaxy does not act like a black hole. Because again, if it did, our galaxy wouldn't be here. It's been in existence long enough for it to dissipate, which means if it is a if it is a black hole, it would have dissipated, which means our galaxy would no longer exist because there'd be no gravitational force. The gravitational field wouldn't be there. So, a neutrino star. The very concept is actually quite mind-boggling. It would actually give quite a bit of a spin on science at the moment. Because a lot of people are coming up with a lot of theories that can't actually be proven within our lifetime. So having a neutrino star at the center of our galaxy with a gravitational field big enough to encompass the entire galaxy would make perfect fucking sense. At least to me. Not saying that Mr. Hawking, Professor Hawking, would give any time to think about this. But sure, if he did, I wouldn't say no. The entire thought is that's my best description I can come up with. Seeing something that's not there. See, that's the problem I have whenever we observe the center of the galaxy. We don't see anything. We'd see a massive distortion. Now, distortion can be caused by numerous things, like fucking heat wave. We see distortions off the road. Like a lot of heat can cause distortion. But neutrinos can't travel as far as a photon. So I'm wondering if the center of our galaxy is actually a neutrino whose light, whose light, whose neutrinos can't actually travel as far as our planet, because we are not within the inner ring of our galaxy. We're actually in the center ring of our galaxy, which is cool, actually, when you think about it. But it makes it very hard to observe the center. You have this center ring. Well, no, sorry. You have the center, you have the inner ring, the middle ring, and the outer ring of our galaxy. And then you've got, like, the outskirts ring, which encompasses the rest. The rings are determined by literally the distance that the neutrino can travel. So I'm confused, because traditional science would have us believe that there is a black hole, a supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy. Which doesn't make sense. It can't, like, now this could just be because I'm sick, but my brain can't actually process the end result of that. Because if that was the case, we'd have a never-ending cycle of our galaxy being in this off state. Now, I mentioned the on and off state between black holes and suns. So if our galaxy was a black hole, it's in its off state, which means everything that was inside of that black hole is now floating around it as a galaxy. And its on state would mean that our galaxy is going to collapse eventually into that black hole again, of which will reignite into a sun. Which will just destroy the entire fucking galaxy. But then you've got so many other galaxies that are in their off states. But yet we don't see any that are in their on states. Which is troubling, to say the least. Which, I suppose in some way it's kind of possible, at least the way I'm thinking about it. You have several black holes, like in terms of the universe, relatively near to each other. But they're pushing each other apart, which would actually make zero sense, because they're supposed to pull each other in. That's what a gravitational field is. No, I suppose unless you have, like the way magnets work, when you have two of the same magnet, they repel each other instead of suck each other in. So you have these two gravitational fields literally doing combat against each other, pushing each other apart rather than pulling each other in. But that's kind of... I would need a scientist to think about that. I don't know. I might upload this to YouTube. I don't know. I feel shitty, really shitty. um, my head feels like it's gonna explode. Not from all the thinking of the whole science, but from this head cold flu chest infection thing that I have going on. Yeah, no, I kind of had to just take all this down because, well, I don't really want to forget it, but at the same time, it makes sense. But again, someone's gonna have to run the numbers on that. I used to be great at math. Yeah, I'm shit at it. Yeah, someone's gonna have to run the numbers on that. I'll just upload it and whatever. So yeah, that's all that, and I hope you have a good and wonderful day and not get sucked into a black hole at any time. So yeah, I'll see you. Bye.